Am I a great husband? I don't think I ever find out I'm not married. Who will marry me? That's the one area I failed in life. We are too hungry in this country to value integrity. I actually personally believe that the most greedy people are not the poor people. The most greedy people are the richest people. When I came in 2020, decided that, you know what, I'm going to pack my bags and I'm going to forget UK and come all the way here. And a lot of people always ask me what made me do it. It's always woman. Woman is what makes us abandon everything, you know. So I was in a situation where I was begging somebody for so long and it just didn't work out. And I felt I got nothing to do here. My business then was Career Insights. Digital Bananas Technology was generating £1 million in revenue a year. And I looked into the future. I wasn't excited. I wasn't happy. And I thought, you know what? Let me come to Nigeria and see what's up. And that was 2020. Packed everything and started with one property. Realized that, hold up a second, this short-let thing, this Airbnb thing, they're not doing it the way they should do it. They're not doing it the way they're doing it everywhere else. That's when I started short-let homes, and that took off. And then from short-let homes, realized people were trashing my properties, Lekki Party Villa. At the same time, I realized that a lot of people were booking these places as families during the weekend, especially my Mayfair apartment, which we'll go and see. Every weekend, families would come there and just relax. I'm like, this is a trend. And I spoke to one of the families one day and said, there's nothing to do in Nigeria with our families. So just taking them away, and ticket is expensive. To travel abroad is expensive. So just finding a place in VI. So these are people who are coming from mainland. You know, they just come to VI, book a very big apartments, chill out at the pool area, go to a restaurant, come back. And you then had people doing it on the weekends as well. Normal people. When I say normal, I mean like single people. And I thought, hold up a second. We don't have anything for families. And when I say families, we have a few things for kids, but I want to talk about families as a whole. So I decided, okay, let's build the water park, Giwa Gardens Water Park. So I started building that. At the same time, I was building the Lekki Party Villa. Finished both of them in 18 months. And then when we look at last year, December, the water park was incredible in terms of the amount of people that came, you know. And this Easter, we had more than double the people that came last year as well. So that's already telling us that we're meeting a demand. And the families loved the annual family pass that we created. Family pass for 5, come 5 times a year, worth 2.25 million, pay just 150K. There was a family that came, they used all their annual family pass in the whole Easter period. And the guy said to me, he said, look, if I had to take my family on holiday to a water park in Dubai or to Disneyland in Paris, I'll pay nothing less than 10 million naira. You're telling me that I have 150K and my family can come and we can just drive down. Of course, we're going to use it up. And he said he will buy another annual pass. So it's quite good. So to me, the market that I identified and tapped into, which is untapped in Nigeria, is recreational real estate. Recreational real estate is not just you owning the property, but you generating cash flow from that property. Now, how much of that cash flow you can generate is now determined by the concept and how attractive it is to the target audience, and then the population density of that target audience in terms of size and how many of them you can fit in and what you can charge for it. And so here we are. I've been here, I've not gone back. Lekki Party Villa, we built this place solely for parties. Nothing more than that. The wall that you're looking at is double walled. In between, polystyrene. Why? To keep the sound out. So if we play the music at the loudest, if you are outside, you won't hear anything. And there are 6 villas. So 6 people can be having parties and nobody will hear jack. Only you that is doing your party that will hear it. The neighbors will not hear anything. With windows double glazing. So rather than just have one glass, we have double glazing in the between to trap. Then we now made it open plan. So if you look from here, you look down. We did this one. The inspiration of this one came from a music video I watched where the guy was just throwing the money like that and people were having parties. And I've seen a lot of people do that. So that kind of made a lot of sense to us. in that respect. 4 bedrooms, but one room is a what? Is a lounge. Is a lounge stroke, like a bed. Why? It's a party villa, so we felt less bedrooms, more space to do their parties. So the first bedroom is downstairs, second bedroom, third bedroom, then obviously upstairs, which is like a lounge. A lot of people hate the fact that we charge for damages. Yeah? See, this life is simple. If you book somewhere, a lot of people have this mindset that when I book somewhere, I have paid for the place. No, you have rented the place. You don't own the place, so you don't have a right to damage the place. And then we have a culture of smoking inside properties. Now, we don't even mind you smoke. In fact, me, I don't allow smoking, period. Yeah, if you want to smoke, smoke in the balcony or smoke at the pool area. Yeah, but not inside the property. And I'll give you a reason of why. Come and see. That's for life. That's not coming off. Yeah? Why? Because one funny looking human being decided that it made sense to smoke, but not just smoke, but this is not cigarette, this is weed. Yeah, because it's slow burn, and then the comes over here, and we can't remove it again. Now, when we tell you that you now have to pay for the chair, this chair is imported. Yeah, if you go to VI, this set here, they will charge you. You see, they're selling it for like 13 million, 8 million naira. Now, we all know that is bullshit. Okay, but can you blame them? They have to import it. They probably paid X amount of money in dollars when naira was a certain amount. Now, by the time it came to the country, the naira has devalued. Then they have to make their profit. They're not doing it for charity. Do you get my point? So that is why the things are expensive. Now, I can't go to VIA and buy it because it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. So what I have to do is what? I have to literally import it myself. Now, will I import just one chair? Do you see where I'm coming from? I can't do that. So what I tend to do is so what we do is that if you damage this thing, I will charge you the whole set too. Yeah, and that's where the war starts. That's where everybody starts screaming, oh, he's a scammer. Why did you damage it if you can't afford to pay for it? So, for example, somebody won't understand why this table over here is like 4 point something million naira. Yeah, we now tell them to go and check it. Or we tell them go to VI and pick something similar. By the time they get there, they come say, oh, yeah, please let us negotiate. So they realize that even what we're asking for, what they are selling for in VI is like 3-4 times the value. We imported it, we're not selling it, so we don't have to put that margin on it. So that's why we have to be very careful, But like I said, when people are drunk and also you may be careful, but your friends are not careful, so that leads to damages. But I think after I think our first year of people complaining about how much it costs to pay for damages, we then stopped having certain people who are carefree and started having people who are to some level accountable, willing to be accountable for the property. So the charges is a deterrent, is to make people not do it. Then, oh, Keji is an evil person. Keji is a money hungry person. Yes, I'm money hungry. Why? Because if I cannot afford it, the next person will book this place and will be saying that, how can you call it luxury when there's a cigarette burn here? Now I can't charge what I used to charge for it again. I hope it makes sense. Yeah. So a lot of people don't understand that the short-let market requires even the customers to be considerate of that property that they are booking. Every 6 months, we renew a few things. Every 3 years, we renew the whole place, and then we carry on all the way. And that's, I think, creates a very sustainable business that has potential to scale beyond the location that you are in. Because right now this place is practically Ikate. Yeah. I'm planning to build the same thing in Victoria Island. I already know how much that would be worth, in terms of revenue. And so that's where the scalability comes from. But before we scale, let's learn to sustain what we have. Once we can sustain it and we understand, we have a business model that works, we have a winning formula, it's reached a stage of maturity where it can be replicated, then we scale. And before you know it, we'll have it all over the country. But this is the early stage for us. No, she gave this to you when? Saturday. Okay, so today is what? Today is Wednesday. So you understand when I say you're incompetent? Because she messaged me and told me that she has sent it. And I told her nobody sent anything to me. Canadian. My plan before, I was buying properties, doing shortlet, buying properties, doing shortlet. And then one day, one of the developers that I bought from said to me that my property is commercial. I said, what do you mean my property is commercial? And what brought about why he said that? My electricity bill was 3 times the price of other people. And he said, my property is commercial. That's why I said, are you okay? I bought my property from you. I pay my electricity bill. Why are you looking at what I'm doing with my property and thinking that you too yourself must cash out from it? How is that fair? Isn't that wickedness? You know? And that was when I decided I'm not buying again. I'm going to build. And luckily for me, the first one I built was Lekki Party Villa. Then we did Mayfair apartments. Now, my most profitable properties are the ones that I control. Why? I don't have to worry about one developer thinking that he's going to turn all the landlords to glorify tenants by charging extortionate electricity bills, charging extortionate service charges, and still not delivering the service. So, Mayfair, the 10 units there, maximum electricity bill on 24/7 light, 200K per month. And that includes the diesel and the PHC and Abi. Where I'm living, I pay almost 800K a month on electricity bill, and it's a 2 bedroom. Why? Because I've been turned into a glorified tenant. I hope it makes sense. And that's why, to me, when we decide we're going to build Canadian, my mindset is I'm not doing service charge. I'm doing service cost sharing. There are 74 people in the unit. It's more cost effective. Get the right KVA generator to service the whole place. Give 24/7 light like I'm doing at Mayfair and here. And split the bill among everybody. It's cheaper. Now, do we put a margin on it? Yes. I'm still running a business. I have to manage the place. But I'm not going to charge you 300% or 400%. I'm going to tell you that my margin should be 30%. Are you all okay with it? Here is a breakdown. Here is a bill of quantity. Here is a transparent cost of everything that we're doing, and our profit on it is 30 to 40%. Are you okay with it? Good, we provide you with the service. So this is Canadian. Yeah, this is the vision that right now is at its infancy. And the beauty of this place is when you get on that coastal road, it's 3 minutes drive to a cool Atlantic city. Before, see this coastal road you're looking at? It wasn't a coastal road. It was the ocean. This wall, this great wall of Eco Atlantic City was not here. It was all the way down there. So now that they have built the wall up to here, and I believe they're still going to extend it, then they're going to fill the remaining water. So that will now be Eco Atlantic City phase 2. Then you then have the coastal road. Then you then have us. So we already have, in fact, we have 3 layers of protection. We have the Eco Atlantic City wall. We have the residents, the land that they will build many buildings on it. And then we have the road, and then we have us. So, God forgive me, before anything happened, 1, 2, 3, so we're okay. But good thing about Eco Atlantic City, I believe, because when I went to their office to do my research, this is meant to last for a minimum of 50 years. So this wall will hold that water back for a minimum of 50 years. I think it's even longer, but I think I remember 50 years. Don't quote me on that. You can go and do your own research and check. This is our ECM contractor, and
Hello.
They are responsible for building the 17 floors that we're going to have over here. 17 apartments. Sorry, 17?
No, 18 floor.
18 floor now?
Yes.
Hey, yeah.
Basement plus 17.
Oh, basement. So yeah, so with basement. So 18 floors,
Yes.
so 74 apartments.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
So this is where I shut up.
70 apartment, 4 penthouse, mezzanine penthouse, and 156 car park.
So enough car parks for everybody. This is 2 car parks each, right?
2 car park each, yes.
Yeah.
And penthouse will get 3 car park each.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Which is good.
So
it's not
penthouse
bad.
you'll get the extra.
Given the size of this land,
Yeah.
are the apartments going to be spacious?
Oh.
Apartment is, let me tell you something. So effectively, we have 7 apartment per floor. So we have 3-bedroom apartment, 2 numbers, and those one are specials. It's up to 200 square meter, not exactly 200, up to. And then we have 2-bedroom apartments. The size is varied by 120 up to 150.
And that's huge.
So, and that's 2-bedroom apartments.
Yeah, that's huge.
And every one of them, they have their BQ. So every room is insuited. Every room, every apartment get its own BQ. Every apartment get 2 car park. Even gets their own store in the apartment. So that's basically is big enough. If you look at the other project, for the size of 120s, they fit like 3-bedroom apartment, be like Matchbox. We don't have this here.
Or what's the plan?
No, so what we've done, and this has been really, really good for a lot of people. What I've done is I've taken my time to look at how the funding of real estate is done. Now, here's the beautiful thing about it, and I don't think I mentioned this. Everything we have built, the water park, which value today minimum 40 billion naira, Lekki Party Villa, if value today, if you sell each one at 800 billion naira each, times 6, 8 times 6 is what, 48? 4.8 billion naira. Now, when we look at all the properties that we have bought over the period of time, when we look at Mayfair Apartments, in everything we have done, this land itself and what we're going to build going forward, we have zero loan liability. We have borrowed no money from any bank. Now, a lot of people would like to ask how that happened. That will be a topic for another day, you know. But the good news is when you don't have any loan liabilities, you don't have any pressure on you, you have time to be creative, you have time to think, you can also create value for your customers in terms of helping them. So we have a lot of mortgage companies that approach us and says, we can offer mortgage to your customers, which we have introduced. But we have also made things easy for people. Normally what they will say is, oh, put a down payment down to lock the price in. If you don't pay in 6 months, you lose that money. We're not doing that. We're saying, put a down payment down of 32.5 million naira or $20,000, and we will lock the price in throughout the life cycle of the project onto completion. But you have 6 months to find your deposit. Now, if you don't find your deposit in 6 months, we will sell the property on. However, your money will convert into equity, which means that your money is now part of the investment here. Which means when we sell that property, if it's 365 now and we sell it for say 800, that's more than double. That your 32.5 will become 65 million naira or $40,000, and is a win-win situation for you. So now a lot of people are jumping in and saying, take my 20,000, take my 32,000, and they have 6 months to find the money, which is giving us time, capital to move to site. We've moved to site, right?
Yes.
We're good. We are covered for the rest of the year right now in terms of funding, you know, and I just need to sit down, come, inspect, review, make sure everything is all right, and we're good. And there is no bank loan, zero loan. Nigeria can work. We just need to think differently. It'll be at least 300 plus. And the reason why I say 300 plus is because I know Giwa Gardens at least is 300. Then we then have the smaller, so Career Insights, I think there's about 15 people working at Career Insights. Short-let homes is about almost 30 people working at short-let homes. Mayfair is at least 10, 15 people working at Mayfair. Lekki Party Villa, at least about 18 to 20 people working at Lekki Party Villa. So I don't know, if you calculate that, that's maybe about 360, 370, I think. Abi? A lot of people don't know that I actually have an office in Onikon. We have an office, and I kind of run, that's our head office for everything that we do over here. But if you ask me, when did I go to that office? I've not been in that office in 3 years. Me, I'm a hands-on guy. I'm moving from site to site. I'm very, very much hands-on. So I don't like sitting in the office under AC and enjoying life. Also, as much as it's sweet, I like getting my hands dirty. And it's been like that from donkey years. So it's one hand is with love, the other hand is with a rod. And the reason being is because I think your employees should be rewarded for a bloody good job that they do, but they should be severely punished for incompetency and theft or whatever it is that puts your company in jeopardy. And I don't believe Nigeria is mature enough to hand over yet from a director to management perspective, especially when you are practically a startup. Now, a lot of people won't consider me a startup anyway. I operate as a startup, even though I'm much larger than that now. But in order to succeed in Nigeria, there needs to be some level of micromanagement. Hire senior management, train them up, okay? Let them buy into your vision, but don't lead them to their devices, because God forgive me for saying this, we are too hungry in this country to value integrity. For integrity is a luxury. So if somebody has an opportunity to make more money than he should in your company illegally, they'll take care of their family first. They'll take care of themselves first. So if you are not keeping an eye on your business and you are hoping that somebody will do it for you, Omo, they will cash out on you. So you have to be there, until that culture changes, until there is what right now we have poor distribution of income in Nigeria, where you have like the top 1% that are extremely rich and the vast majority of the people that are extremely poor, and they all aspire to be rich. So any opportunity, they will grab it. I hope it makes sense. So you can't really blame them, So in my opinion, you need to micromanage if you want your business to succeed. I think I'll describe myself based on how my friends describe me. I'm not normal. I have unnatural energy. I'm extremely resilient. And there's a loose screw somewhere. That is basically how my friends describe me, But in my opinion, I think I'm just an extremely passionate person that has a huge drive to make a difference. And as much as I want to make money, I want to make money by adding value, putting a smile on people's faces. And that I think describes me as me. So this is Mayfair Apartments. This was my first so-called construction. And why? Because this property was introduced to me. So we took a 10-year lease on it. And I think we're on our 5th year now, which is good. And 5 years later, it needs renovation. And that's why I'm here. So like when you talk about my everyday routine, is going through my properties, inspecting them, identifying what needs to be renewed, what needs to be renovated, because maintenance culture is important to me. Yeah. And so we need to, I think I was going to spend about 50 to 60 million naira to renovate this whole place. And that includes the furniture, that includes everything, and make it sparkling new again. This is what inspired Giwa Gardens. In fact, I can take you to the pool area, So before, when we first built this place, when we first had this place, it was all car park. This wasn't here. So I had to build this little island, if you want to call it, or pool area. And so I built this. As you can see, like so. So I put a jacuzzi there. I put the pool, the water fountain. I left that tree. I felt it was quite tropical, And then a lot of people used to come here, stay here, families really enjoy it. And then they were always using the pool. And I was like, this would be a good idea for a water park. And that's how the idea came for Giwa Gardens Water Park. I think it has to do with my dad's, my upbringing from my father. He was attention to detail. I always say to people that I hated my dad because he imprinted in me something that, I have to be honest with you, is not natural for people. And I've given a story of my dad will take me for walks and he will make me pick up every nail on the floor. By the time we get home, it's a big bag of nails. And I've never understood it. Why? And he told me much later, he said, if you look out for others as part of your daily routine in life, it will become second nature to you. Everything you do, you always consider the person that you are doing it for. And how would they feel? It's like almost do unto others as you have done unto yourself. And that picking up of nails became second nature to me. So anytime I'm doing something, offering a service, building something, I'm asking myself, how would this customer feel? Does that make sense? Now, when I built this place, I built it with my heart. And when it was launched, everybody loved it. Well, I need to maintain that love. I need to maintain that appreciation. And that's where the maintenance culture comes from. Maintenance culture comes from caring. And that, I believe, we lack. But how do we care? It is and I always tell people, it's not our fault. The system, the poor distribution of income does not afford the average Nigerian the luxury of caring. Does not afford the average Nigerian the luxury of honesty. Does not afford the average Nigerian the luxury of integrity. The reason why people say, is it your UK background? There's free education. There's free healthcare. There's light 24/7. I have the luxury of being honest. Does that make sense? But when you are hungry, they don't have that luxury. So you now have to not just open your eyes, put extra binoculars on to keep an eye on the people that you've put in place to check things. Because I guarantee you, any opportunity anybody has to put an extra bit in their pocket to survive, they will do it. Now you say, oh, why are you not honest? Who honesty help? I hope you understand where I'm coming from. So I believe that for us to get to that point, it's not even just a KG is doing this. It is a complete radical change in the system. And that system has to come, and please, I'm not attacking the government too. It has to come with the government caring enough about the well-being of its citizens to the point where they say healthcare should be free. Let's tax people for it, but it should be free. Let a budget of this go to that. Education should be free. Let us at least make sure all our roads are sorted. So we will get there. When we will get there, God knows that one. Sometimes I think God does not know. Yeah? Why? Because we have free will. It starts with the renewing of our minds, and whoever leads you, your head takes you to your body to where it's going. Our government is our head. So it starts with the renewing of their minds. And if they can have, and I think that people like me, if there becomes more people like me, and we're able to work closely with the government, and they can see the difference that's being made, and they can see the value that they're getting from it, over time, things will change. We're a young country. America was once where we are, and they were worse. A lot of people don't know that. UK was once where we were, and they were worse. We say London is smelling. Sorry, Lagos is smelling. London used to stink. It was horrible. There were rats everywhere. It took radical change of the government and the willingness to do it. We will get there. We're evolving. I actually personally believe that the most greedy people are not the poor people. The most greedy people are the richest people. Now, I'm going to say this, and it's probably going to offend a lot of people. And but it's the reality on ground. When you don't have the capacity to grow, when you don't have the capacity to develop, when you don't have the capacity to add value, when you don't have the capacity to create a service or a product that adds value, that gets you money, when you get in power, all you want to do is take as much as you can. Why? Because you don't know how to multiply it. So, in my opinion, is my own opinion, I may be wrong. When Peter enters office, at that point, is as much money Peter can take so that he doesn't have to worry about money again in his life. That is pure greed. But that greed is driven by hunger. It's driven by poverty mentality. I hope it makes sense. And that's why I said that it starts with the renewing of the mind. Because if someone like, I don't want to use someone, if somebody like that, maybe that looks like me, was to enter office, the way I would do things is very, very different. I'm industrious. So, let me be honest with you, and I'm going to tell you right now, I've been in Nigeria too long now. If I enter office, when in Rome, what do you do? But it's different for me. I'm a very honest person. So, for example, let's say I notice that maybe where they put me is, I don't know, real estate something. I'm just making that up. 9 times out of 10, there will be an opportunity that will be created. That opportunity that will be created will provide a service to the people. Now, because I'm industrious, I will look for how that service can be delivered. And even after I've left office, I'm benefiting from that service because I have in some way privatized it. Is that illegal? Yes, it is illegal. But my industrious head will not look to take as much as I can and do nothing. My industrious head would look to create that value and make sure that that value benefits me after I leave. Now, is that how it is all over the world? Corruption is normal. The problem is that it is abused to the level of insanity in this country. There's corruption in UK. There's corruption in the US. We call it lobby. We decide who the president is, and we say that, oh yeah, I want this contract, I want that contract. It's corruption. Does that make sense? Yeah? But at least there's the value that people can see. Me, I want that kind of corruption in Nigeria, where really smart people who are extremely industrious are still able to chop money, but give value. For example, oh yeah, we will do this road. We would provide 24/7 electricity. Use my company. I'm going to give you this contract, but I want 10% of it for the rest of my life. Are you going to sort it out? Good. But give them light. See, Nigerians will welcome that kind of corruption because it benefits all of us. And also it creates opportunity because now you've created a company in which you're getting 10% revenue on it and you will generate a lot of money that requires staff that will get paid for it as well. I don't know if I've said something bad, but in my own head, how I calculate, the reason in answering your question, why this is happening is greed. And that greed comes from lack. And when you have lacked for so long, and you also see other people lacking, and you have an opportunity not to lack again, you will take advantage. But if you are not industrious, if you are not given the skills to create and add value, then all you want to do is take. And if that changes, I believe Nigeria will change. Let me show you something. Look at me. Look at me. Imagine, Imagine you just met a lovely girl. Yeah? She saw you online, a dating website. When she saw you online, your eye is working. Everything is working. Yeah? But when she meets you, one eye like this, you're working like this. Yeah? What will she do? Exactly. That's what's happening here. What they see versus what they got. This one is a 419. This one here. Come here. Come here. This one. Come here. Look at him. Let the world see this one's face clearly.
Look at my
face. This one. He over smart. Do you get my point? Over smart. And I've told him, he just calm down, learn. He will learn anything that I give this guy to do. Do you do it well?
Yes, sir.
Why are you lying?
Sir, I do it well. Sir, what have
Why are you lying?
Sir, what have you given me?
At least be honest.
Sir, I'm honest. What have you given me that I've not done well?
Where's the kebab menu? I keep telling you that we built this on zero loan liabilities. As a business, we are asset rich and we have good cash flow. I'm not affiliated to any political figure that anybody can say I'm doing money laundering or I'm siphoning money. I'm not into all bunkering. I'm not into yahoo. I don't do rituals. I'm not even a religious person. I believe in God, but I'm not religious. And I believe that hard work alone is not enough. People should focus more on working smart rather than working hard. And in your working smart, be conscious of the value you give to others. So the legacy I would like to leave behind is giving hopes to Nigerians in diaspora. That home, there's no place like home. And if we can be willing to be industrious, if we're willing to think smart and look to add value, we can make a difference. I would like a situation where in 5 years' time, millions of Nigerians are coming home because Keji did it. Because I know the value of Nigerians in diaspora coming home. I know, look at me. Because I am here, people's salaries are paid. People are feeding their families. Families no longer need to pay 10, 20 million naira to travel abroad. They can have the water park right here. The party villa is a huge benefit. Why? We have people that are doing weddings at Lekki Party Villa. Why? They can't afford all these big weddings, but they have that place for their weddings. They even do vacation there. So that's value. Do you see where I'm coming from? And being able to create a home away from home for Nigerians in diaspora and Nigerians at home also is value. So if I can achieve this without any form of corruption, without any form of shadiness, just true sheer integrity, true honesty, working smart, and adding value, that is a legacy that I believe would not be for next generations alone, but this generation will benefit from it. I can't balance it. That's the one area I failed in life. There's no balance, it's the same thing. I can tell you that one. Well, so am I a great father? I would like to think so. I don't think I am, but I would like to be better. Am I a great husband? I don't think I ever find out I'm not married. Who will marry me? I work too hard. You get my point? So when you talk about work-life balance, it doesn't exist for me. But I'll retire soon. So when I retire, if everything is still working, I'll consider marrying and see how it will work.
So have you ever been married?
No. Why have I not been married? Nobody wants to marry me. Sophia, would you advise your sister to marry me?
Marry you?
Never. Never. Yeah, that.
At what age? So when it's come out, probably.
I'm not the marrying type. I will marry. I'll feel sorry for the woman. They'll marry me. But I'll marry. You know? We'll see. Never say never.
I'm already planning for Chris Brown.
Hmm?
I'm already planning for Chris Brown. I swear to
If I
God.
marry,
I should be looking.
people will come just to make sure that I'm married. Not
wanna
not
see
to
the
celebrate.
girl.
They want to see
the
they want,
woman.
yeah, they want to see and it will be waiting till I say I do and
Girl,
you know I won't marry me.
you should have told me now so that other some people here.
You get my point. I won't marry me.
The barbecue,
Full on.
it takes so long.
Brain is constantly active. I get bored very easily. I like my own time. I like my own time, and I get very irritated very easily. So, and I need to go to the school of emotional intelligence. Until I have that, I do not recommend anybody marry me. Does that make sense? I think it's not fair on somebody's daughter. It's the truth, oh. But the truth of the matter is, tomorrow I can meet somebody that's an exact opposite of me. I gel with, and I just want to spend the rest of my life with that person. It can happen.
Have you ever met?
Yes, now I love with somebody for 20 years. Yeah. Yeah. What happens is I'm single now. That's what happened. I was young, extremely ambitious, obsessive to a point in terms of my ambition, and I didn't have time for anything else. So, and we grew apart. The closer, the older we got, the more I discovered what I wanted to do. The more she discovered what I wanted to do, we grew apart. Did we love each other? Yes. Did we want the best for each other? Yes. While we're together, did we achieve a great deal? Yes. Were we there for each other? Yes. But we grew apart. And I hung on too long. Does that make sense? And you learn very quickly if the branch produces no fruit, you either cut it off or you walk away from it and look for another branch. So I hope to get married. I plan to get married. But it's better to marry right than to marry wrong. You know my point. And these days, this generation is even my own generation. Eyes red. I don't think we have the patience our parents had, and I don't think we are able to walk it out. I think we are easily walking away than walking it out. And someone like me, with where I am in my life, I'm not about to walk in to walk out. Does that make sense? I'd rather walk in and stay there. So I'll take my time. Yes, now I want kids. I want kids, but based on my budget. See, that is very important. I cannot understand. See, if you let me give you an example. If you're going to leave an inheritance of £10 million, if you have 10 children, that's £1 million each. That's not really helpful, is it? If you have 2 children, that's £5 million each. That's a good head start. So now budget will determine how many kids one will have. And that budget is down to your ability to give them the best education, your ability to give them the best standard of living, a head start in life and the ability to leave something for their next generation. The Bible says he who does not leave an inheritance for his children's children is an imbecile. So whatever I do has to be enough for my children's children. So when you think from that perspective, you limit how many children you have, or you have as many children as you can based on what you can leave for the next next. Does that make sense? That's how I think about it. That's why I've deliberately delayed. 2 is enough. I have one already. Just wait for one more. Yeah? But someone like me, I think if I get married to somebody, I think most people are okay with 2, 3 children. So I'll probably end up with 3. Because I have one already. Thanks, guys, for spending the day with me. And please, please, please share, subscribe for more exclusive content from Instablog Niger Media. Bye bye.